you there? Hello? Hello and welcome back. I think you're there. Today, beginners. Sorry. Pero ojo, si tienes un nivel intermedio o avanzado o crees tenerlo, quieto parado. Porque lo que voy a hacer hoy te conviene a ti. Okay. Además de los principiantes. This is for beginners. Okay? Is there a bus stop near your house? Yes, there is. Is there a fire station near your house? A fire station is where the firemen live often and work, okay? Is there a fire station near your house? No, there isn't. Is there? Is there a pen on the table? Yes, there is. Is there a book on the table? Yes, there is. Is there a camera in this room? Yes, there is, right there. Are there any lights in this room? Acabo de cambiar el plural, pero fijaos. I'm speaking of items, objects, okay? Countable objects. I can count a pen. 1. Well, imagine I have an invisible pen. 1, 2. Okay, that's countable. Pens are countable. Los puedes contar. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Books are countable. 1, 2, 3. Buttons are countable. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, microphones are countable. Can you hear that? 1, and maybe more microphones, okay? Eyes are countable. 1, 2, okay? Now, if you want to ask in English about the existence of one singular item, you say a or an, okay? Hay un coche delante de mi casa. Is there a car in front of my house? Is there a dog in your house? Yes, there is a car in front of my house. No, there isn't a dog in my house. Okay? And when it's plural, hay coches en la calle ahora. We don't say, are there cars in the street now? We add any. Are there any cars? Literalmente digamos algo así como, hay algunos coches. Algunos coches hay. But you say in Spanish, ¿hay coches en la calle ahora mismo? Are there any cars in the street now? Are there any people in Antarctica? Are there any people? People siempre es plural, ojo. Are there any people in Greenland? Are there any people in the north of Canada? Are there any people living on the top of Mount Everest? Are there any cars in the Congo? Are there any horses in Texas? Is there a horse in your house? Is there a car in your garage? Are there any cars in Mongolia? Do you understand? Now, yes, there is a car in my garage. Yes, there are some horses in Texas. Or, si quiero precisar más, yes, there are a lot of horses in Texas. Are there any Mexican people in Norway? Si hay mexicanos en Noruega, probably. There are some Mexican people in Norway. Are there any Norwegian people in Mexico? Yes, probably. Probably there are quite a few, bastantes. Probably there are quite a few Mexican people, Norwegian people in Norway. Are there more Norwegians in Mexico? Or do you think there are more Mexicans in Norway? Interesting question. And probably you have never stopped to consider this question. I'm sure. But think about it. Are there more Norwegians in Mexico? Or are there more Mexicans in Norway? Probably, in my opinion, there are more Norwegians in Mexico than Mexicans in Norway. But this is a paradox, a contradiction, because the population of Mexico is about 120 million. A lot of people. I'm not sure. I always confuse the population of Mexico and Japan. I think Japan is bigger than Mexico. I think in Mexico there are 90 million people. In Japan, 120. Check in your computer, in the internet, and see. But I think there are about 90 million people in Mexico. and there are maybe 4 million or 5 million only in Norway. There's a big difference between the Mexican population and the Norwegian population. So, if there are 90 million Mexicans on this planet and only 4 million Norwegians, then probably it's more logical to say there are more Mexicans in Norway than Norwegians in Mexico. Okay? But I don't agree. I think probably there are more Norwegians in Mexico than Mexicans in Norway. Because I think the Mexicans are not attracted to the cold climate in Norway. And I imagine some Norwegians are attracted to the climate and to the people, to the different lifestyle in Mexico as a place to live temporarily or permanently. So, are there any Norwegian people in Mexico? Probably. There are some Norwegian people in Mexico. Are there any Swedish people in Bolivia? Well, probably there are some. Of course, Sweden has an embassy, una embajada, in Bolivia, in La Paz. So, of course, there are some Swedish people in Bolivia. Are there any Swedish people in Antarctica? Maybe, but I doubt it. A lo mejor, pero lo dudo. Maybe, but I doubt it. But who knows? Who knows? If Sweden has an ice station for research in Norway, for exploration, or for tests, then maybe there are some Swedish people in Antarctica. Okay. Is there a book on the table? Yes, there is. Is there a pen in my right hand? Yes, there is. Are there any pens on the table? No, there aren't. How many pens are there in my left hand? There aren't any pens in my left hand. How many cameras are there in this room? How many cameras? Simple plural. ¿Cuántas cámaras hay? There's only one. That one. How many elephants are there under the table? Well, there aren't any elephants under the table. How many elephants are there in Africa? There are a lot of elephants in Africa. How many elephants are there in India? There are a lot of elephants in India too. Well, what's the difference between the African elephants and the Indian elephants? Well, the African elephants have bigger ears. Yeah. And also the African elephants are wild. It's impossible to control them. The Indian elephants work for people often, okay? So, and the elephants you see in the circus are Indian elephants, not African elephants, okay? So, there are a lot of elephants in Africa. How many elephants are there in Norway? Probably there aren't any. Or maybe there are 1 or 2 or maybe 3 elephants. The poor elephants that have to live in the Oslo Zoo. Can you imagine a poor elephant living in Norway? Okay, poor elephant. But maybe there are some elephants in Norway. Are there any elephants in Antarctica? No, there aren't any. And how many bus stops are there near your house? Near my house, there are probably about 20 bus stops near my house. I live in the center of Madrid. How many highways or motorways are there near your house? There aren't any motorways near my house. How many parks are there near your house? There's only one park near my house. Is there a beach near your house? No, there isn't a beach near your house. Why isn't there? Fijaos una pregunta negativa. ¿Por qué no hay una playa cerca de tu casa? Why isn't there a beach near your house? Well, it's because I live in the center of Spain, and so I need to drive at least 3 hours or 3.5 hours to reach the coast. So there isn't a beach near my house. Is there a petrol station near your house? Yes, there is. A gas station. A gas station, a filling station, a petrol station. The British say a petrol station, the Americans usually say a gas station. But filling station is also correct. Para el llenado o rellenado del depósito. filling station. Is there a gas station near my house? Yes, there is. In fact, the gas station is within walking distance. That's a very common expression in English, very common. People ask you, is it within walking? ¿Se puede ir andando? We don't say in English, can I go walking? That's very Spanish. Perhaps, can I walk there? But more common, is it within walking distance? And the petrol station near my house is within walking distance. It takes about 5 minutes, 6 minutes to walk from my house to the filling station or petrol station or gas station. Is there a supermarket near your house? It depends on your definition of supermarket. But a big supermarket, no, there isn't a supermarket near my house. There are small markets and grocery stores, but not a big supermarket. Is there a factory near your house? No, there isn't a factory near my house. I live in the center of the city, and the factories are on the outskirts, not in the center. They are on the outskirts of the city, the industrial area around certain parts of the city, okay? Is there a tobacco shop or a tobacconist? Is there a tobacco shop near your house? Yes, there is. Is there an underground station near your house? A tube station or a subway station? There are 3 words for el metro. The American word is subway, o sea, vía subterránea. De ahí viene subway. The British say the underground, or when they refer to the London Underground, they often say the tube, el tubo, okay, o la tubería, the tube. Is there an underground station near my house? Yes, there is. Is there an office building near my house? Yes, there is. My area of the city is predominantly residential. There aren't many office buildings, but I live very near one central square where there are several tall, high office buildings, okay? Yes, so yes, there are a few office buildings in my house. Is there a park near my house? Yes, there is. Okay, repasando. Is there a pen in my right hand? Yes, there is. Is there any ink in the pen? Yes, there is, I suppose. Of course, let's see. Yes, there is some ink in the pen. Are there any scratches on the pen? Arañazos. No, there aren't any scratches on the pen. Vamos a mirar esto. Primero la tinta. ¿Hay tinta en el boli? ¿Hay arañazos en el boli? Tinta es singular o no contable. Uncountable, ink. You can't count ink. It's impossible to count. You never say, excuse me, Rafa, how many inks do you have? You can't say that. It's not countable. We need to recurrir, to change to a countable way to measure the amount of ink. How many bottles of ink do you have at home? How many liters of ink do you have at home? Okay? How many? But how much ink is there in this pen? I really don't know. Money. Money is not countable. And you're going to say, well, I don't understand. Of course money is countable. I enjoy counting my money. But I'm sorry. Money is uncountable. It's an abstract concept. You can't conform money to a unit using the word money. So money is uncountable. How much money is there in the Federal Reserve? How much money is there in the Bank of England? How much money is there in the Bank of Spain? How much money is there? Always in the singular because money is not countable. And you repeat, wait, I still don't understand. Todavía no entiendo. I still don't understand. Money is countable. Say, no. Euros are countable. Dollars are countable. Pounds are countable. Pesos are countable. But money's not countable. You never say, excuse me, Rafa, how many monies do you have in your pocket? You can't say that because you cannot use the word money in a countable way. You have to change to countable words like dollars, euros, pounds, rubles, yen, etc. Pesos. ¿Cuántos euros tienes en el bolsillo? How many euros? How many coins? How many coins are there? How much money is there? Now listen. ¿Hay una moneda en tu bolsillo? Is there a coin in your pocket? Hay monedas, ahora pluralizo, Hay monedas en tu bolsillo. Are there any coins? Inserto any. It's correct in English to say, are there coins in your pocket? It's no problem, it's correct, but we don't usually say that. 99.9% of the time, we always say, are there any coins in your pocket? Are there any people in the next room? Hay personas en la habitación del lado. Are there any people in the next room? Now, is there any money in your pocket? Three things. Countables and uncountables. Two countables and one uncountable. Okay. Vamos primero con los dos contables. Contable singular. Hay que insertar siempre el artículo indeterminado a o an. Ejemplo. Is there a coin in your pocket? Yes, there is a coin in my pocket. Is there an elephant in your pocket? No, there isn't an elephant in my pocket. A coin, an elephant. Ahora, vamos a seguir con los contables, pero ya ahora en plural. ¿Tienes monedas en el bolsillo? ¿O hay monedas en tu bolsillo? Are there any coins? Cuando pluralizo, cambio de a coin a any coins. And you have two options, yes or no. Are there any coins in your pocket? Yes, there are some coins in my pocket. Or, no, there aren't any coins in my pocket. Y pluralizo con los elefantes. Are there any elephants in your pocket? Yeah, yes, there are some elephants in my pocket. Or probably no, there aren't any elephants in my pocket. Okay, we've covered the two countables. Contable singular, a coin, an elephant. Contable is plural. Any coins, any elephants? Yes, some coins, some elephants. No, not any coins, not any elephants. Ahora vamos a los incontables. Is there any ink? ¿Hay tinta en tu bolsillo? ¿O hay dinero? Is there any money? Is there any ink in your pocket? Any también vale para los incontables, porque son masas abstractas. Es como si dijéramos, ¿hay algo de tinta en tu bolsillo? Is there any ink in your pocket? And you have two options. Yes, there is some ink in my pocket. No, there isn't any ink in my pocket. Okay. Is there any milk in your refrigerator? Okay. Is there any butter in your refrigerator? Yes, there is some butter in my refrigerator. Is there any meat in your refrigerator? Carne de vacuno. Yes, there is some meat in my refrigerator. Okay. Are there any problems in your company? Yes, there are some problems in my company. Contables en plural e incontables. Que no, realmente son singulares, pero es más abstracta. Okay. And be careful, because in Spanish sometimes, many times, you say, for example, no hay ningún perro en mi casa. And you translate to English and you say, there isn't any dog in my house. Para decir que no hay perro o no hay ningún perro en mi casa, there isn't a dog in my house. There isn't a dog. Because if you say, there isn't any dog in my house, it makes me think that perhaps you eat dog meat and you're keeping it in your refrigerator. No, no hay nada de perro en mi casa. Ya lo hemos comido, ya nos lo hemos comido todo. Okay? So don't say there isn't any dog in my house. You're thinking in Spanish, no hay ningún perro en mi casa. There isn't any dog. ¿Qué va? You can go plural. There aren't any dogs. If you like the word any, pluraliza. There aren't any dogs in my house. No problem. But it's more common to say, there isn't a dog in my house. So be careful. I've never tried dog. And I don't think you would like it either. So in any case, there isn't a dog in my house. There aren't any dogs. Okay? But there isn't any milk. Okay, and now, there isn't any time left. There aren't any minutes left. So it means I have to stop. See you again. Take care. Study hard, and bye. Hello and welcome back. Welcome to a new English class today.